Warnings. It is important that before you embark on this journey that you do not wear any clothes with logos or words on them. Cartoon characters or any pictures are not allowed either. However, basic patterns are okay. Stripes, argyle. As long as there is no meaning or intention behind it, you are fine. It is still safest to go with solid colors. Because you cannot have words or symbols with meaning, this includes watches and cell phones. You can bring your phone, just make sure it is fully powered off. And any logos or words are covered. Analog watches are also forbidden, as time will be stretched and bent, and therefore your watch is likely to either break or, worst case scenario, explode. Blood flows much more freely at the destination, so it is best to avoid any and all possible injury, as anything is now deadly. Traveling. You must arrive at the train station at midnight, and it must be a station from a far suburb or rural area. The less lights, the better. Do not bring any of your own. If it is raining or storming of any kind, go home. The passengers are different. The train will always be 6 minutes late. Please sit down if you are able, and wait patiently. As long as you arrived on time, the train will come. The train will arrive silently, and the passengers can only be seen in the train's light. When the doors open, do not look at them, but feel free to make light conversation. There are no tickets. You know this already. You paid a different price. Make sure you get off at your stop. The conductor does not announce them, but it will be the only one you want to get off at. If, out of fear or worry, you get off at a different stop, the train will forget you are there. You will have a new home. Once the doors open at the destination, step off of the train. Upon arrival, if you feel fear or panic, you are at the right place. This is the correct response upon arriving at the destination. If, however, you feel calm or at home, you need to leave immediately. This feeling means the parasites have found you. Do not try to stay. Skip directly to returning home and leave. If you feel the appropriate amount of panic, you may traverse the streets. Make sure to stay on the sidewalk when there is one. If there isn't, make sure the grass is below your knee. If it is taller, leave. If there is a black cat, follow it. They often show you what you want. If there is a white cat, disregard it. They often show you what you can't have. If there's a white rabbit, follow it until it turns, and then go the opposite way. They are liars and thieves. Do not take anything from the destination. Souvenirs will only melt as the train moves forward when you try to return home, and they often burn faster than lava. The conductor will not be happy about having to buy a new train car, and you will not be happy about having to find a new limb. Do not go inside any of the buildings. The doors only work once. You will begin to notice symbols repeat. Do not stare at them. They don't like it. If you stay long enough, the moon may begin to speak. Regard the message carefully. You will have 48 hours before it is forgotten. If you see a grave, be sure to stop and take care of it. Remove dead flowers, dust, and weeds. Do your best to replace the flowers, but do not use red. Make the grave beautiful. It's yours, after all. Once the sky fades from red to purple, it is time to go home. Return to the train station. You do not need to remember where it is. Keep the station in mind as your goal, and walk along the sidewalk as you have done earlier. You will arrive. Just hope you do so in time. Returning home. The train is always late. Sit down, be patient, and wait the 6 minutes. Do not look at the tracks. They will try to speak to you, and right now they only want comfort. You cannot supply this. The 6 minutes will immediately be over once you try. There is no getting off the tracks if you do. As on traveling before, when the doors open, do not look at the passengers. This time, however, know you are now one as well. Avoid eye contact for their sake, as well as your own. Do not mention your experience at the destination in your small talk. You will only guarantee that they will get off at the wrong stop. If you begin to feel you are turning into porcelain, you may have missed your stop. It is important that you get off at the next stop, eat something, and then return to the train. Do not spend more than an hour at the temporary stop. The correct stop should open to what appears to be a black void. The void will call your name, but only if you are listening. Get off here. Once the doors of the train close behind you, blink once. You should now be at the original station you arrived at. If you are not, the void will keep you company while you wait for the train to come back. Make sure not to anger her. Make sure, also, not to please the void too much either. This will have the same effect as angering her. The 2-week grace period. For the next 2 weeks, the train station will whisper your name every time you are too close. Ignore the calls. It is impossible to leave the destination without parasites. You must wait for them to die before venturing back. The moon will begin to hum a low B flat when it is full. This is normal. She'll return to her C sharp when the 2 weeks are over. You will begin to notice people have a third eye somewhere on their body. Do not point it out to them. This only does harm. Do not follow black cats. They are not the same as in the destination. They are only trying to bring home a meal to their young. White cats, however, are okay to follow. They merely wish to be saved. It is the tabby cats you should pay attention to. If you lock eyes and they begin to run, follow them. They'll keep you hidden from anything that may have gotten off the train with you. If it begins to storm, do not cross doorways. If you must, bring a weapon and a flashlight. If the sky turns red, ask someone near you about the weather. If they see it too, you're safe. If they regard nothing as strange, then something got off the train with you and has not died yet. If the sky stays red for more than a day, it is your job to find them and kill them. They should be seeing a black sky and should not be here. If, after the 2 weeks grace period has ended, you still have a desire to return to the destination, it is important that you remember your name.